Hey guys, DiabloManDan here, and today we are starting our 0 to 2 million gold challenge in World of Warcraft. This video will cover the setup and leveling up to level 51 with a few auction house tips for a new character along the way. Since I normally play Horde and have all my other characters on the Horde side, I decided to make an Alliance Dwarf Paladin as you can see here. And after spending way too long customizing his looks, I came up with the perfect name, Monopoly Man. Hopefully at some point in this challenge we can get him his top hat and monocle. The rules of the challenge are as follows. I'll be using a fresh character, no gold or items from my other characters. Will not be allowed to use my Bruto mount. I can use my other mounts, including my vendor mount. Since this character is on my main account, I'll be taking advantage of the 25% leveling XP buff from the 5 Warband members, the War Within achievement, which you can get from leveling up 5 level 80s on your account. I'm also starting this during the 25th anniversary of WoW, so I will get to take advantage of the base 10% XP buff as well as the additional weekly 10% XP buff that lasts for 12 hours. As for leveling strategy, I'm not going to focus too much on it as I want to keep it as simple as possible. Starting off, as you can see here, from level 1 to 10 will be an Exiles Reach, and then after that we'll head to Dragonflight until level 70. Exiles Reach is nice because the quests are grouped together very nicely. It's fast and super easy with no threat of dying whatsoever. Anyway, let's move on. Here we are done with Exiles Reach, which was quick for leveling, and we managed to make our first 6 gold. We are now 1,999,994 gold away from our goal. Almost there. Next, we head on over to pick up our professions for leveling, herbalism and mining. I picked these since they can help us get more gold out of the leveling process. We will probably end up changing them later, so don't worry about that right now. Ore typically sells well and can sell for quite a bit in the beginning, even for old expansions. Herbs don't tend to sell for as much as ore, but can still be extremely helpful when building up that early gold war chest. The 20th anniversary area outside of Caverns of Time is the next stop to get our bonus 10% XP buff. Also, don't forget to do the daily trivia quest after picking up the participation quest while here, since it is easy gold, gives you XP, and gives you 10% participation.
Farewell. Ain't you a chipper looking one?
One way to quickly fill up the participation bar is to use the pet mirror and make a quick circle around the pet area grabbing the zoomy treats as you can see here. Sometimes it can take a few seconds for them to respawn, but if you're like me then you'll end up going slow enough to where that won't matter much. Now, we've made it to the main part of leveling in Dragonflight. Basically, I do all the campaign and side quests. Make sure to pick up the Dragonflight mining and herbalism while you're in the starting embassy. Empty your bags often at the vendors and keep any reagents you find for the auction house. We want to get the most bang for the buck from them for that early gold war chest. Here we are halfway through level 23 and we have 242 gold so far. Don't worry, the gold amounts will start to ramp up the higher level we get. One quick tip that will save you hundreds of gold is to get the free 34 slot bag called the Misty Satchel that is hidden behind the waterfall as you can see here. The coordinates for the bag are at 58, 53 in the Waking Shore. After leveling for a while, I decided to add in some time walking dungeons, and that helped a lot in terms of leveling speed, gearing, and gold. Now we are at level 37 and have 720 gold. When vendoring, I usually learn all the transmog I don't have yet, and then I sell the items. I typically don't like selling transmog on the auction house due to how long it can take to sell and the cost of reposting gear, especially at the leveling point of the character. You can also see when I hover over items, there's an auction amount listed under the vendor sell price. That is from the add-on Auctionator. The amount won't be very accurate as I haven't scanned the auction house with the Auctionator for current prices yet. It's a good check though to see how much items can sell for on the auction house when trying to decide if you should vendor the item or put it on the auction house. Now we are getting to the fun part. we are posting our first group of auctions. As you can see, all of these are reagents and typically will sell for a lot more than we could get from vendoring them. A few of them decided against putting them on the auction house and ended up vendoring them instead, since they wouldn't make much more from the auction house. Be sure to watch the Primal Nether. I started to sell that on the auction house, but noticed the auction house price was lower than the vendor price by 60 silver each. So I ended up buying all of them that were cheaper on the auction house and selling them to the vendor to make some extra gold.
There is a universal justice, and it is life.
You wish to buy? Trade? Safe journey.
Here we are at level 51 and we sold some auctions. We also found some more below vendor pricing on the auction house, so we took care of those and got our mail. We ended up making 731 gold from the auction house, and that brings our total at level 51 to 2,285 gold. And that's it for this video. Please like, comment, subscribe if you find this helpful or want to learn more, or even find it interesting. We will dive more into the gold making once we hit max level, which shouldn't take too much longer. I'll probably do one more video finishing leveling, and it'll probably be shorter. And we'll probably hit up more time walking dungeons at 71 and do that until 80, and then that's when we'll switch up our strategy and we will go from there.